It's just a little after 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to get an early start with my watering. I do it every second day, and I water the berry tree in the front, which is doing okay, and the lime tree and the lemon tree, and that, I don't know what that is actually, and the one that just grew by itself. I don't bother watering it. It gets peripheral water and seems to be fine. And this thing here seems to have died. It was some sort of a cactus, and but the most important thing, the one that really requires a lot of water, is the these ferns. You just can't overwater them. They just love it, and you can see there's a couple of new fronds coming up. One big one just there, and there's another one on the other side that's coming up as well. So these are my monster ones. I've had these in I planted them about 2 years ago, and they've gone gangbusters. They're great because I want a bit of privacy from the carport next door. So that's good. I'm feeling a bit run down because I've got itchy eyes. I keep getting itchy eyes every few months, probably 3 to 6 months. I have a bout of itchiness in the eyes, and of course you feel like inclined to rub your eyes, and it's probably the worst thing to do, but what the hell. Yesterday I actually made my first spaghetti marinara. I just followed instructions on the online, and it was reasonably easy to do. I was quite surprised, and I got it delivered yesterday from Coles, and that worked out rather well. It took a bit of time to fully soak these plants, so yeah, like I said, I had a go at doing the marinara, the spaghetti marinara yesterday, and it was very easy because what I had to do was just make up my basic tomato paste-based sauce, which is just onion and garlic sauteed together, and then you add chopped up tomatoes, the canned tomatoes, plus a few scoops of the tomato paste that I also got delivered yesterday. And so making up the sauce was dead easy. Then after that, the only bit I was a bit concerned with was with the seafood mix, because it's a mixture of calamari and mussels and what else do we have in there? Oh, of course, prawns. One of the recipes, I looked at 3 different recipes for spaghetti carbonara, and only one of them said you have to put the ingredients in separately and saute them in a sauce or in a skillet. No one actually mentioned using a wok actually, because that's what my house guests wanted to use for it. I'm pretty sure that's what they use, but you can just use a normal skillet to make it. But what the other 2 recipes did, it just basically you just added the seafood mixture, about 250 grams it was in my case. Just add it to the mix once the sauce has been nicely warmed up and emulsified with the heat and what have you, and then you just add it for about 3 minutes in the mix, and the result was great. Didn't have rubbery calamari. It was really nice and tasty, and the seafood tasted beautiful. It was fabulous. So it was a real success, which is what I needed after having the beef rendang fiasco. I've still got 3 more lots of that beef rendang to eat. I might have to add some chili sauce or something to spice it up, because it was very bland. But so look, what I'll do is I'll give it another go. It could have been just my body chemistry on that day too, so I'll be interested to see how I react to the next batch, because my expectations now for what I cooked was fairly low. I think the lesson to be learnt there is you've got to really boil off as much moisture as you possibly can when you make up the beef rendang mix. You obviously don't want to burn your meat, but you just want it to be almost like a gravy at the end, and it was just way too liquidy. And that was after 4 hours of being in the slow cooking pot. So Very strange, but anyway. So, as you can see, I give these tree ferns a crap load of water. Like I say, you can't drown them. It's impossible. They just love it. And I've got a few more down in the backyard corner as well to do. This is a routine I carry out every second day. There hasn't been any rain for weeks, maybe over a month now. So it's been pretty bad as far as that's concerned. So if you want to retain your garden, you just have to water. My last water bill was only $70. I thought that was quite reasonable. It's usually like a 6 monthly bill, and I thought it might be higher than that because I'm doing a lot more watering, but it was okay. So actually, other thing I've got to do too is make sure I put the finger on there, because I've got the plastic underneath this mulch, and if you have it with all the full force, it'll actually dig into the mulch and you'll reveal the plastic, which looks pretty epoxy. So I'll do it this way. It's a little hard to do when I'm actually filming, but that's okay. So it's a bit different to me walking up to a bus stop. Anyway, I thought I'd try a slightly different setup, and this is something I do every second day. As I say, it's a routine thing, but I quite enjoy getting out into the garden. It's nice. I've been a real homebody last week. I don't think I've gone out once, so that's pretty bad. I was meant to catch up at the pub on last Friday, but they pulled out on me. Well, Yvonne said she was sick and she had to actually have she had another shift coming up or something, so she couldn't do it. But hopefully next Friday it'll be okay. We'll be at the sports club, so looking forward to that. Have my pizza. And I also looked up how long the seafood will last, because I've actually put it in the fridge now, because I had 2 portions. I had that much when I actually made the marinara mix. So I'll have another batch with spaghetti probably on Thursday night, and I looked up the amount of time you can put refrigerated seafood, cooked seafood, into the fridge, and they said from 2 to 4 days. So that fits into that time frame really well. So that's, once you cook your meat, of course, you've got a little bit more leeway with storage. So it works out well. So yeah, I've got so much food in the fridge at the moment. It's not funny. I didn't actually. That's the only meat I actually ordered this with this delivery, was the marinara mix, and that'll get me 2 meals. And I've got so much other stuff that's in the freezer that I just didn't need to buy any more meat this week. So, and I'll probably only get stuff delivered every couple of weeks, which will probably work out better for me, I think. So, see how it goes. But anyway, yeah, this plant's looking really healthy. Very happy with it. Oh, it's Wednesday, and I just was able to escape my house and go through the curlew cordon. Chattering away they were too. They're making a hell of a racket. They must have a chick that's nearby. So I know one thing to sort them out would be the high pressure spray. They wouldn't like that. But luckily it hasn't come to that. I didn't see any wallabies on bin night on Monday night either. And maybe the curlews have put them off. And I'm wondering whether the wallabies are trying to find food or something, because that might explain why they're around on that night. Possibly, I guess. Yeah, well, it was a very pleasant surprise that the marinara turned out well last night, because you know, I was sort of thinking, did I do the right thing actually ordering this stuff? But it was actually quite fresh. Well, it's not really fresh because it's frozen. They Coles buy it frozen and they defrost it to order. So I got the smallest quantity, but the food tasted good actually. The seafood was nice. So I was very impressed. And I think I might make it a regular occurrence. And so it's always nice to add something new. I know there's several things I've never tried, and I've never really cooked seafood before. It's the first time I've even tried something like calamari or prawns, so it wasn't that hard. The other thing I haven't tried is cooking, is working with pastry, making pies and things. What I'd love to make is a steak and kidney pie, but they're almost impossible to buy now. So you'd have to actually get the ingredients from a butcher or the meat section of a, I don't know if you can get the offal from the supermarkets anymore. I'm not sure, but yeah, I've always liked steak and kidney pies, very nice. But I don't think it's that hard to cook if you actually buy the pastry that's, say, pre-cut. Or things like puff pastry, I don't think it's that hard to do. If you've got the form, you've got the mould for it. I don't think it's that difficult. It's just a matter of having never tried it. Because I'm getting a little bored with some of the food I'm cooking. It's nice to do something different. So, whew. It's not too bad today. It's a nice day. But it is warming up. I think the top temperatures were listed at about 27 degrees this week. And one of the things I should do, and I'm a really lazy prick, I should get off my ass and go down to the beach and have a swim, because I've got the nets out now. It's really, the only reason I don't is because, you know, I'm worried about having stuff nicked. I probably should arrange it with Steve and Yvonne, see if they want to go for a dip, and we can sort of coordinate it so that while they're in the water I can look after their stuff and vice versa. So maybe I can put that to them, because they're in a very convenient location just around the corner, so they're on the way to the beach anyway. So it's perfect. Because I just haven't been doing any walking or anything. It's just been a blob this week. I'm not really happy about it. And there's no excuse for it. The best thing would be if, say, they finally built the bloody Woolworths, which is kind of a park where I'm going to say if you park there, that's where I'm going to catch the bus. I wouldn't have been impressed with that. Yeah, if they finally get the Woolworths built, that's an incentive to have a walk. I mean, I could walk to the Coles, but it's 50 minutes each way, and you do have to traverse the beach until they've got the bike trail finished. Although I think Steve said there's some pretty good news about the bike trail. He thinks that they're making even more progress. So fingers crossed it'll be open to the public fairly soon. Not to mention too, today I was looking up Daily Mail and I found out that there's been a nationwide outage with Optus mobile and internet services. And it's caused a lot of chaos. It's the biggest internet mobile outage in Australian history, apparently, and it happened about, I think they said 3 a.m. this morning it occurred on Wednesday morning, and it's after 8 o'clock now and I still don't have a service. So just double check. Yeah, emergency calls only. So yeah, my service is out. Mind you, I've got an interesting issue with Moose Mobile, who I signed up with. And I only paid $9 to them for 1 month. And yet they've seemed to have put me into a credit situation like I've paid them $20. I don't know why. I'm sort of thinking maybe I shouldn't say anything and just wait for the credit to run out, and then when they give me a bill, just pay it. But I've got no idea. I don't understand their accounting at all. But it's... yeah, I'm just concerned if I don't say something to them, they might cut me off. They might find there's some aberration, and I don't want that to happen. So, but they're going to have their hands full today, obviously, with this outage, because they operate on the Optus network, so they're going to have a lot of customers contacting them, and yeah, it's going to be pretty full on for them, I'd say. So, yeah, you wouldn't want to be an Optus techo today. It'd be a hard job, that's for sure. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment or whatever, and either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great. But please don't ignore me. That's the worst thing you can do on YouTube, is be ignored.